Movember Nuke Tweak.
Hello dear artist, it is the number 19 on the Movember Nuke Tweak. So today the second part on the high distort. On the previous episode you take a look about how to play a beat with negative and positive value to create a very nice high distort effect. So you can going far. For example, if you decide to create the same aspect as the chromatic aberration, I will duplicate my ID start, and the first one will just touch not the whole passes. It will just touch on the RGB, the red channel. I will create another one that will touch the blue channel. And I will just create a last one that will touch only the green channel. So you don't see any difference, and that's normal. But I wish that when I play with my green level, my scale on the green level, I want to touch differently the red and the blue channel. So I will just name the different node to have something clear. And I will just decide that the green channel will be copied to the red and the blue. And now I will have to find a mix to explain, okay, I want plus and minus. So to create this space, this gap between the value, I will just on my green channel add a floating point slider. I will call it Chrome Hab. I will keep this name for the label. The name is a variable name, so that will be used by the TCL expression. The label will be the name for your eyes only. And I will just change the minimum and the minimum. Something like this? Yeah, something like this. So I will edit the expression. I will say that the blue will be equal to the scale of the green plus the famous Chrome Hab. And in the second case, for the red channel, that will be minus the Chrome Hab. This little difference will be seen like this. Now I have a kind of chromatic aberration around the edges. And as you see, you can play in the both sides. And now I will play a bit with my nose. We play with the time. You can play with the Z, but you can play with the sharpness of your nose. If I had a blur, I will create something more liquid on my distortion. And if I increase, so I will have something like this. So that's pretty nice to create a refraction effect on some object. We just take a look on a CG render. On a CG render we have a lot of passes, but one is pretty interesting, especially with the high distort. It is a normal pass. Normal pass just explains to a computer the direction of the face. So you have the three axes, X, Y and Z. The X will be on the red channel, the Y will be on the green channel, and the Z will be on the blue channel. So for example, the Z is always pretty interesting for the border, for the fall off, but we just keep for the moment information about the Z and the X and the Y. So I will just replace this, the famous channel I use on my ID distort, and I will replace this by the normals. And look this. You can create a kind of refraction that will be pretty artistic, and if you remember, you always play like this. So that's all, folk. The ID stuff have a last channel that could be nice to be used. It is the ID distort blur scale. You can use it, for example, to create some iteration in the blur that will be progressive, either like the I defocus or the Z defocus. So if you're curious, don't hesitate to take a look on this parameter. And that's all, folks. So I hope you appreciate this new episode of Movember Nuke Tweak. Don't hesitate to go on my my Movember page to give donations. That would be really appreciated. And see you soon.